Hey, gang. How's everybody doing tonight? Michael Daniels here. Just wanted to go through and give you all a little something to get you started, get you in the mood there. Hey, gang, I just wanted to say thank you for coming. And I want to go over, some people had asked about this, so I said I'd go over it. And I said that I was going to go over comment tracker and maybe how to start an event. We don't have time for all that. Anybody that's ever done those things, we don't have time for all that. So what I'll be doing is I am going to go over the comment tracker part of it. And people in the film strip, please ask as many questions as you want during this whole process. Okay, this is a learning process. It's not me just sitting here teaching, training, or whatever. But I do everything visual without slides. I do it all. You're going to see my screens and stuff. You're going to see what I do and what I go through. One of the first things I do, and let me go to my Hangout screen. This is me in the Hangout. One thing you can do, you see how it has the mirrored effect? If you ever want to share your screen or anything like that, put it on somebody else first. I'm going to put it on Andrew. If I put it on Andrew, there you go. And then I want to show something. Or if I have another screen of something that's just blank, you know, if I have something that's blank that'll come up, it just makes it easier. I can do that as well with, you know, with just a blank screen. If Andrew, you know, if you have somebody that's good to be a co-host or something like that, and you want to show off some stuff, you can have them put a blank screen up for you. But it keeps from the mirror effect happening, okay? I'm going to put it back just so you can kind of see. Yes, 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 ask a question, Sandra, please. I can't hear you, though.
You're muted, Sandra.
I think you're muted. But I'm pretty good at sign language. I'll try. I'm just kidding. Still can't hear. Sorry. Cannot hear. Sorry. Still can't hear you. Still can't.
Maybe she could
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, I made a boo-boo. I turned my mic off.
No problem.
Okay. No, I was going to say how we get to turn the share screen on. We scroll over to the left and we touch the green.
Well, that's a valid point. That's a great point. If you look, when you want to share your screen, there's a button right up here on the left-hand side, and you can see where I highlight up there. You can see I have 3 chat messages that I haven't looked at, so if y'all chatted to me, sorry about that. But I can screen share by clicking right here, this little green arrow, and it brings up the word screen share. And here, give me a second here, and let me zoom in a little bit, too. This is kind of cool, too, being able to do this. I can come right up to that, so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about. The little green arrow, that is what you want to hit, and then it pulls up screen share. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going to comment tracker, which is this one right down here, the little green double bubble. We call it the double bubble. You'll hear us say that quite often. Let me zoom back out so we can get this. And again, just ignore all that stuff in the middle. And I can actually, if I need to, I can move the screen over. I can just slide things. Since I'm using this software, I can move stuff. Oh, no, actually, it stays with. That's right. I did that one on purpose. So that way you can see the whole thing.
Right.
First thing I like to do whenever I come in is I'll make sure in the green room, and let me just come off of this for a second. I like to prepare the guests. And one of the biggest things that I do is I try to tell everybody, put your phone on vibrate. Okay, that's one of the coolest things, and tell people, hey, put your phone on vibrate right away, so that way we don't have any distractions like that. Also mute. And some people don't know this, but you can hit this is on a PC, and you guys that have Macs, you can help me out with this, but I think it's the command button, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I can hit Control D, and what happens is if I'm in the Hangout area, right in here, and I'm in the Hangout with you guys, I hit Control, it mutes me. I can hit Control D. So if I'm getting ready to start type, one habit I get into is hit Control. You couldn't hear me when I was doing that because I was sitting there talking to prove this.
Do you hit Control D to get back out?
That's exactly right. Yep,
okay.
Sure do. It's just a quick and easy way. I can do Control E to erase my video. Let's say that somebody's jumping off a building behind me and I don't want everybody to see it real quick. I hit Control E and it immediately puts up my image. Instead, I hit Control E again and it brings it right back. And I believe on the Mac it's Command D and Command E. Sorry, I get ahead of myself there. I go too fast. I just don't want this thing. I could sit here and talk forever, so I don't want this thing to go, to go for 2.5 hours when we go over it. Just a quick trick, and I always teach my people that are in there. I tell them that little trick about that too. The other thing that I ask them to do, if they want, since we're all trying to sell ourselves and things like that, but just sometimes it's kind of cool to know who we are. I tell everybody put their lower thirds in. So I briefly go over that. And I will go over it right now so you guys can see it in my little screen that I had. I'm going to show you. You hit the Hangout toolbox, and when the Hangout toolbox comes up, this is where you can add lower third. You can do a generic one, which is like right here, Michael Daniels, and then enter a tagline like having fun. Whatever you want, and then you can hit on and off switch, and that'll put that there instead of mine. Now I can't do. It's not going to show right now because I'm in a screen share. I'm just telling you, it's not going to show up. The other thing is this mirror local video. It will mirror that. It'll make it go back and forth. So if you're not seeing it right, and oh my gosh, this is all wonky, you can hit that and it'll flip it back. See, mirror local video. Can y'all see that? Okay? Are y'all? Okay.
Is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be backwards, Michael, when we're looking at it? And if it's backwards when we're looking at it, it's the proper way when other people are looking at it?
That's a great question. It will always be correct out in the real world, no matter what you press. Okay? No matter what you press, it will always be right out in the real world. So if I click it now like that, doesn't matter. Out there in the real world, they're seeing the right thing. If I click it again, doesn't matter. They're seeing the correct thing. Okay? And you can see here I have a bunch of saved presets with some fun stuff, and I have some stuff when I used to do the scoreboard and stuff, I had all that where I could pull it up as an overlay, and these are custom overlays, and that's a whole nother show. Custom overlay and how to do that and how to get them up. I won't go into great detail on that one. I'm just showing you that it's there. Okay? And I can turn that on and off. Right here, as you can see, my lower third popped up when I did that. Okay, so I can turn that on and off. So that's how I teach them and show them that really quick. I'm going to hit the Hangout toolbar to get out of that. Excuse me, Hangout toolbox again. Now, back to me. Then I always take and post the YouTube link. I do this, it's a natural habit. I've always done it as for helping Ronnie. Like when I'm helping with Comment Tracker and I'm helping him do something, I automatically do it. It's just a habit of mine. I know they say you don't have to now, but I know from being on my mobile phone, if it's in the thread, that's the quickest and easiest way for me to get there. Because I can't watch the event and the video at the same time, and really all I want to do is watch the video pretty much. If I wanted to comment, I'd probably be somewhere where I could. I can always go back and forth if I need to, but that's the main reason that I put it out into the post. I'm going to show you real quick how I do that. So let me just make sure that I'm in the right area. I'm going to open the Where Am I app first. Let me go to that again. Okay, and those of you that don't have the Where Am I app, and you may not have it, if you get in a Hangout with someone that has the Where Am I app, you will get that app. Okay, just FYI. Didn't know if you knew that. That's how apps work. Anyway, so I click the Where Am I app. It verifies, opens up, and then I can go get the YouTube link. And what I do is I just copy, Control-C to copy. Anybody that doesn't know about copy and pasting, they should by now if you've done anything pretty much on anything on Google or the internet. Control-C copies that, so now I have it. Another thing that I like to do too for all my guests in here, I ask that you go ahead and take this, so if you get kicked out, you have that. You can click it real quick and come right back in. Sometimes the people that are in the event with me, hold on, I see that Sandy Barnett would like to come in. I'd like to invite her in while we're here. I always try and invite as many people as I can. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick since this is a perfect time to do that kind of thing. I can click up at the top, invite people, and this is probably getting really crazy because of all the stuff you're seeing. But right at the top here, you should be able to see, maybe not. Let me go to, okay, I'm going to do this real quick again. Okay, up here, invite people, and it comes up with this. And I can invite Sandy Barnett. Boom.
Where did you see that she was asking you that?
I saw it on the stream. I have 3 monitors.
Oh, okay.
So I have a monitor here that shows me the stream and everything else going on. And I suggest everyone go out and buy 3 monitors. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And BL said she wants to come in. No problem. I'm going to invite them in. That's how I do it. Boom, they've been sent an invitation. They can come in, join us, and be part of the gang. So anyway, what I usually do is I take this and I copy that Hangout link, the Hangout URL, copy. And then one thing I'll do is I'll either post it into the chat or I will go out to, and let me try and get to it.
You're in the hot Midwest.
Easy, easy. Okay. I will go, let me transfer over to that page now. Over here in the Hangout section, since we're in a Hangout, it lets you know all of the people that are in the Hangout. So what I'll do, please mute yourself, Sandy, while I'm chatting real quick, if you don't mind. And then right here, I get that to come up, and I will post that down into that, so that way they have the Hangout. So if they get kicked out, anybody that's in here with me, especially new people that don't know the system, I try and give them that link so they can get right back in if they have to. They don't have to go searching and things like that. It'll be right in with the video that we're all talking about. So those are some of the things that I do right there. Let me go back to the Where Am I app, copy that YouTube link, and I'm going to go back to the post and show you where I'm going to be going to right here, and I say, here is for put that, when I post that, let's see, hang on 1 second, let me do something. Okay, yeah. Now when I put that, I'm going to put that link in there as well, so that way everyone has it for mobile as well. So I put it right in there. So those are a couple of things that I do ahead of time. Whenever I'm doing this, I try to give them heads up and go over some things. Just to review real quick, Control D and Control E. Control D mutes. Control E mutes your video. Make sure about lower thirds. Okay, then I go and I put that link inside the post. Those are some of the things that I do to make sure that everybody's ready to rock and roll before I get going, okay? Now, let me go back to, let me see.
Michael, I have a quick question.
Please do. Please ask. Anytime. Sometimes I'm not always looking, so.
That's okay. You said that was the mobile link.
Mm-hmm.
And you got that from the Where Am I app?
Yeah, that's it. Basically the mobile link is YouTube. It's a YouTube link is all it is. That's all it is. Yep, it's a YouTube link is the same thing as the mobile link. Those are one and the same.
Okay, because in the Where Am I app, it gives you the https://google.com Hangouts and then a whole string, and then it gives you the shortened URL, and you're saying there's another the
right
shortened
here.
YouTube URL.
Exactly. This is the Hangout. This is the Hangout URL. The top one is the Hangout URL. That is just this. That's to get in here in the film strip. That's the difference. See. The YouTube link is if you want to watch on YouTube. Or in the event, it's just a YouTube video being played in that event. So that all it's doing is this Where Am I app just gets those 2 links for you. And they're shortened ones. Those are all cool, but these are fail-safe. These never fail. Does that answer what you were asking?
Michael, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
How are you?
I'm well.
I don't see the link across the top of my page today. Across the top of the Hangout.
Okay.
I usually do, and today I don't. Is there some reason for that? I mean, I see it in the Where Am I?
Right.
But normally I see it across the top. I guess I would see it if I clicked on Invite.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Probably yes. That would be my guess. And sometimes that happens, and I can't define why or when that happens, but I do know it does happen sometime. You are right. So I don't know the answer to that, but might be a good question for old Ronnie there to help us out with. But anyway, okay. Links also. You can click right here in the Hangout, and I think you can see this down in the bottom right. You can see me hovering over it. It says links. That also gives you the YouTube link. Oops. Video embed, event page, all that stuff. I can't get it to stay. Does not want to cooperate. But anyway, if you saw that real quick, you can get that. The where am I at is a fail-safe, never fails. Yes, Leela, please.
Yeah, the thing you just clicked on the bottom right where it sent event link, that does not get them back into the film strip. That just takes them back to the event page. It
takes them to the event page. That's correct.
Okay.
This is what you would give if you wanted to invite somebody to the event or something to that effect.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
exactly. Good question, though. Great question. All right, let me get off of this wonky page because you're tired of seeing this, I'm sure. Now, the comment tracker. Actually, I need to get back on that page because the comment tracker, here's what we want to do for that, okay? When you have the comment tracker, what we're trying to do is just so you have an understanding of the comment tracker. I'm going to show you wrong ways and I'm going to show you right ways because you're going to do this, I promise. Anyone who's new, and that's the way I teach, but you'll be able to go back and look at this and say, oh, okay, I remember he did this. Now I got to go find out what's the right way on this, okay? It's a different approach, but it's happened to me, so I like to bring it up because it can happen to you, and I want you to know what you can do in that instant. Plus, it might click in here and say, what am I really going and getting? What am I going to get? And that's really what you're looking at here. I'm trying to get the comments that you just saw where I saw that some of these people and where I just put that mobile link in. That's what I'm going to get. Okay? So what I need to do is, let me go to, first of all, I am going to, here, I'm going to click on the double bubble. Okay? When I click on the double bubble, this is what we're talking about. The comment tracker on the left-hand side, you can see it comes up, and it's two green little bubbles, and it immediately opens up right here. I have to enter a source here. It automatically enters YouTube, the YouTube side. So if anybody's over there leaving a comment on the YouTube side, that's where that's coming from, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to add my event. Okay, I can't just go to the event and get it. It will not work. It has to come from a reshare. I will re-emphasize that. It has to come from a reshare of the event. That's the biggest key that I can give you right now about Comment Tracker. Okay?
And a public reshare.
Public reshare. It does have to be a public reshare. So, I'm going to show you now where and how we're going to do that, okay? So, what I do, I go in when it's time, I'm getting ready to start the show, okay? You saw on the comment tracker that I don't have that up there yet. I don't have no comments, anything going on. What I do is I come in here and I look and I say, okay, you can do a couple things. I can share right now. This is what a lot of people do 30 minutes beforehand. They click share event. This comes up and I say, here we're starting in 10 minutes, whatever I want to put in there. And then I share it to the public. As Andrew says, public. It has to be public. It has to be a public reshare. And then I just hit share. Okay? That's the quickest, easiest, dirtiest way, whatever, to get it out there. Okay? I'm not going to do that right now because I'm going to show you something. I want you to see something else. I'll do it at the end. I just wanted to show you that's the quickest and easiest way. Everybody got that? I'm going to move on.
Didn't Ronnie say you have to do that 24 hours before the show?
You can. You can do it 20. I mean, I'm getting ready to show you a couple or a reshare that, thank you, Sandra, sent out. That was very kind of you. Sandra Van Sickle sent this out for me. But I'm going to go right now. I'm going to go to I can go to my profile. I go down to my profile, and I want to show you a couple of these because this is kind of important here. If you look right here, here's where Ronnie allowed me to share it with the master group. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get that link from this date. So I right-click on the date, okay, and I copy the link address. Now I'm going to show you how this is not going to work, okay? Because the Hangout Mastery is not a public community, right? So I'm going to go back over, and I'm going to go to the Hangout, and I'm going to go into my comment tracker, and I'm going to paste. I pasted that up into the top here. You can see up at the top on the comment tracker. I'm going to add it, and it'll say, ain't no way you can have that one. Please check your post URL. This is not public post. Make sure it's public. It's telling me right there I'm not getting a public post. So I hit the trash can to take that off of there because I don't want it. It's not going to work. So immediately I go back over to another post in my thread. I'm going to look here. Oh, here's one publicly. Look, it's shared publicly yesterday. That's perfect. But if you remember when I sent this out at 9:55. I remember that this one is not going to work either. But I can copy the link address. Okay, I'm going to copy that link address, even though it's public. I know it says public. But here's a trick. While I'm right here, I want to show you this. You see this little down arrow? If I click this little down arrow, notice it does not say ripples anywhere. If it doesn't say ripples, it's not a reshare. Real trick, little hint right there. Okay? So I'm going to right-click this time, copy the link address, just like I showed you how to do before. I'm going to go back to my Hangout, go back up here. I'm going to paste it up in the comment tracker and add. And is it going to work? It's not a reshare. It's not going to work. Oh. Okay, let's see. Did it work? Nope. It looks like it is. Wait a minute. How come there's no comments? What's going on? Hey, it didn't give me that same message this time. But it says what? I don't get it. What? I'm just kidding, folks. I'm just playing around. That will not work because it's not a reshare. But it doesn't tell you it's not a reshare. So this could happen to you and you're thinking you have the right thing. Now, hands down, I'm going to go ahead and trash can it. Get rid of it. Go back to where I was, and I am going to, there's nothing on my thread here at all that has it. But I know Sandra did. That's why, remember what I said, the sure way was to go ahead and reshare it 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour before, or like BL says, 24 hours before, as long as you can go find it. Within, if your thread's not moving very fast, you can always do it. Fortunately, Sandra did this. So Sandra has one up there, and it's there. It's right there. This is beautiful. I can look right now. Oops. Well, maybe I can. Let me get, here's the reshare. Right here. Ripples. View ripples. I love it. View ripples. Now, this is really cool. This shows me, Sandra, actually shared it twice. She has 2 shares, so any of these over here, these times, will work. So cool. I can right-click the time, copy the link address. I know they're reshares because there's ripples. That's how I know. So now I go back into my Hangout, and if this one doesn't work, Google's not working. I'm just kidding. No, here we go. Add. And it should come up. Yes! Fantastic. Now, to make sure, and this is the one, I believe, BL, do you call it the wishbone, I think you call it?
Wishbone, yeah.
Yeah, the wishbone. This is check shares. It says it when you hover over top of it. If I click that now, cool. What it does, what it just did, if you just noticed that, it clicked shares, but it brought all the reshares. So it brought mine in there because it brings everyone else's in there, okay? It brings whoever is hosting in there. So Sandra had a reshare. It brought mine in. And now, if anyone else had, let's say there's 6 other people that had reshared, and I click on mine right here, you see this little wishbone, as she calls it, right there. If I click that and 7 other people did it, then I click that, and those 7 people would all show up. So now if there's any post or anything out there on any one of those reshares, they're going to come up here. That's the whole process. Really cool.
That's so convoluted.
I know, it's really cool though, isn't it? It's kind of scary. So now I can go to the stream and I can see all the comments from the event sitting right there because I did that. Now, you guys don't have to do any of that. Me, as the host, I can add all. When I add all, they're all right there, so that way I know I've got them. Then I can click on Shared right here at the top, this little tab, and I click Share Sources. I've shared 2 sources with you guys. Now you should have them in your comment tracker. As guests that are in here, you guys should have the ability to, without going and doing that, only one person has to do it. Now, the cool thing is, what we're going to do is we're going to delete those, and I'm going to make you guys do this, or one of you guys do this. I think I'm going to put, let's see, I drew a number, and Rain, you lost. Sorry, you have to do this. So you're going to be the guinea pig for today. No, I'm just kidding. So you can do this.
I was doing it when you were doing it. So do you want me to share
my screen? Oh, that's no fair. No. Here's what we're going to do. Everybody take, and I want you to trash the reshares, or the reshares right now. Just take your trash can and click it, and they should all come off of there. And now your stream should be empty because you have nothing. Okay?
I'm absolutely lost.
That's okay. Well, I'll let you do it. You want to do it? You can do it right along with me then.
Let me watch one more time. Where's my trash can? I don't have a trash can up there.
On your sources? Should be up in the top right of next to your whatever your sources are. You don't need to get
So I should be in my comment tracker then.
Yes.
Okay, that explains why it's not looking.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
All right, got it.
There you go.
Okay.
Now, if everyone has erased it, okay, everyone has erased all that.
Michael, I have a question.
Yes, please, ask your question.
When I hit shared on mine, I do still have yours, Michael Daniels, User2User from the YouTube. Do we trash that too or leave it?
No, do everything but the YouTube one. Okay. Leave the YouTube one. There's no reason to get rid of that one. Huh?
Okay.
I trashed that.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It'll come back as soon as we share everything again, so that's not even an issue, not a problem at all.
What happens if nobody shares your event?
That's why I said from the very beginning, the best thing you can do an hour beforehand is reshare to yourself and the public, or just to the public. That's why the very first thing I said, if you heard me, it was 1 hour beforehand or 30 minutes or whatever you're comfortable with. Do a reshare and say, hey, we're starting in 30 minutes. Have you ever seen Ronnie do his? He always says, hey, we're going to be starting in about 15 minutes. That's an automatic reshare. He can go to his profile and find it at the top because it's he just put it in there. That make sense?
Yeah, it does. I was just not putting myself in the equation.
No problem. Yeah, you should always put yourself in the equation, Leela. Always. All right, Rain, it's all about you now. I'm going to let you do this. Here we go. So walk us through. Yeah, you can do screen share.
You want me to screen share?
I will blue box you this time. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I will screen share. I think this is the one we're doing. So, and I go to stat. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can now. Yep, absolutely.
And this is I went to Sandra's page.
Good.
Like you did. Mm-hmm. And I just right-clicked on this.
I'll tell you what. Before you do that, go to this event. Okay.
Okay. So let me to this event.
Mm-hmm.
Like just copy this URL, this live event.
Nope. You just go to the event and we'll see it. I want you to go to the event so we can.
It's on the event page.
On the event page. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. Is this gonna?
And trust me, there's no pressure. We're not pressing you or whatever. Take your time. This is how we learn. I'm just saying. I'm telling everybody, don't get. If you're not gonna have fun, we're not gonna have fun. So go ahead. If you see up there where it says share event, right underneath the logo it says share event up in the right.
Yeah.
Click that.
You want me to click that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
There you go, and say here is a reshare. You already have public in there. That's perfect.
Okay.
And then hit share.
Okay.
Now go to your profile because that's the easiest way you can find it.
Okay. Here. Up here. If I just click on mine, let's bring up mine.
Yeah, you should be able just to click profile. There you go. Perfect. Okay. And it should be the first thing up there, unless you have a whole bunch going on, but that's okay too.
No.
There you go. Oh. That's a public. Should be a public reshare.
Yeah.
It'll say public, share publicly. Right-click the time.
Right-click the time.
Or you can go to Ripples. Or you can go to Ripples. I love it. That's fine. You can go to Ripples. That way everybody can see the new person in there.
Okay.
And Sandra, that's fine. Go ahead. Sandra shared it again. Sandra's shown this about 19 times. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Fantastic. So now so now you can see all of them on the right. Yes, Andy Barnett has. This is fantastic. See, now you can right-click on any one of those people that have reshared. Since we just saw you do it, go ahead and right-click on the time next to yours.
So
on the right-hand side. On the right-hand side. Over on the right. There you go. On the right-hand. Keep going.
Like this.
Yeah, there you go.
Right here?
Yeah, the text. Yes, but go down to your name. See the public shares?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Right-click the time.
Here.
Right there under your name. Yeah.
Copy link location.
Yep.
Okay.
Link address. We want a link address.
Oh.
Copy link address.
I don't have that.
What do you have?
I've got copy link location, save link as, bookmark this link. Copy link location won't work, Michael?
Try it.
Okay.
It will not hurt to try it. I always get the link address, though.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to sources.
Yep.
Did I copy that? I think I did.
Copied something. Let's see what happens.
Thinking.
Yeah.
This is a Hagnout.
Oh yeah, that's me. I don't know. Click the little horseshoe if there is one. I don't even see if there is one. Is there?
Like a check shares?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Check shares.
Looks like a wishbone.
How about that? I mean, click now. When you click that, watch what happens. Click the reshare. Yep, on next to my name. There you go. Because I started this Hangout, watch. Every single one of those pops up now. Boom, 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 boom. All of them start coming in. Because I'm the one that started the Hangout.
I'm not seeing her screen share anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there we go.
Do you see it now?
Yes.
I see it on your screen, but not on mine. We say show hidden, right?
It's showing out in the thread. But yeah, it should be up there, is it not? So what are you seeing? I'm just curious.
You.
Oh, that's because I'm talking? Yeah, that's going to happen. Okay, Rain, go ahead and say something. You can blue box her.
Yeah.
There you go. So now you have it all. If you go to the stream right now, the one that's yellow right now that says stream.
Yeah. Oh, stream. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see.
There you go. Now, share that. Go to the shared tab.
Uh-huh. Cool.
Over to shared. Yep.
Uh-huh.
And click all, or whatever it says.
Like add all?
Add all, yes.
Okay.
And it should come to that. That's good. Go back to shared. See, and it picked up the YouTube. Notice it picked up the YouTube even though you erased it before.
Yeah.
Go back to shared. And then share sources. See that little tab? Yep, that's it. 5 new sources have been added.
Well, how come I don't see them?
Well, now what we have to do is we have to add all. We have to go to shared on our comment tracker and hit add all.
I see them now.
all of those start coming in. Boom, boom, boom. And it takes sometimes it takes a couple seconds too for it to come in too. Just so you know, I'm just giving you some feedback that sometimes it does take a while for those sources to all get pushed over to everyone. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Do we have to do something special on our end?
Are you not getting it yet?
All I have is the initial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about it. I'm not getting what everyone else. What I'm seeing that Rain's getting there. So,
okay.
What do we do? Hit stream.
Rain, if you can, just hit add all again. See if you can.
Okay, so I'm gonna click. I'm on the Share tab, and I'm clicking Add All. What did it do there?
That's okay.
Add all.
Yeah, that's fine. And then Share Sources. In case somebody did not get the shared sources, do it.
You have to click Stream again. That's what'll bring it.
Oh, hit Stream.
Oh wow.
She said.
Okay.
Interesting. So it has been passed to us for some reason. You're not getting them yet, and trust me, they will come in. I think it always has in the past. But Sandra, I will say this: you can go and get it if you need to, the reshare if you have to. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yourselves. If for some reason they're not showing up, and you could always go get them too. And let me get them as the host, and this might help too. And I'm going to share all, add all. Okay, they're still coming in. Share sources. Then you guys should get, especially if the host does it, you should get it. So should. Yeah, 3 new sources. See if you get them now. Just curious. Just because I'm trying to learn.
Sandra, click Stream again.
Okay. Oh, there they are.
There we go.
Yes, I got the blues.
Okay.
Well, I don't have the blues, but
singing the blues.
Yeah, singing the blues. Okay,
there you
I
go.
see. Yeah. Now, why am I seeing just the the purpley blue when I'm seeing yellow? I've seen other colors on Rain's there.
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Supposedly, it's supposed to be if you do what BL calls the wishbone. You're supposed to have everything in the stream at that point, and it should have all different colors. But I noticed the same thing. Mine are all green.
Mine are all green.
Yeah, those are all yellow, and I don't know. I'm not sure the science or the logic behind it. But if that's, you can always take the colors off.
Yeah, I just did that.
Sometimes it's not like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has a mind of its own, and it's not like they're editing this or changing this anytime soon. So, Rain, you can take off a screen share if you want to, and just go back to you. And thank you very much for doing that, because that was awesome. Great job. Awesome. Fantastic. I'm going to put it back on my screen now, and I'm going to show you now that I have this comment, and I see Andrew and Mark was asking a question in there. What I can do is I can pin. I have a little pin on the right-hand side, and the word pin comes up. Okay, so I can pin that one to the top. I can go way down here, and I can go to pin this one that Rain put in earlier. So now you can see that I've pinned those two to the top. Okay, that puts those two to the top, and I can bring them on the screen by hitting the eyeball. Okay. But I'm going to show you something that's going to happen to you, okay? I promise you this will happen. You'll be down here, oh, man, I want to put this one on screen right now. There's somebody, somebody put that up. There you go. Like right here, this one, Andrew, answering this question. I click the eyeball. That's fine, and then you scroll up, and it's on my screen. It comes up on my screen here. That's all fine, but the problem is now I can't find it. That was way down in the thread, and I forgot to pin it to the top. How do I go find that? Where do I learn that? Where do I get that back? And my screen is stuck. I don't know what to do. Well, up at the top here is an eyeball. It shows you the current one that is pressed. It doesn't show you what's pressed, but it shows you that you can hide that, and it'll take it off screen for you in case you do it accidentally. If I click that,
eyeball?
It's right up next to, if I click, like I said, I'm going to go do it again. I'm going to go way down in here, and here's one BL right here that you were, and I forgot to pin, but I went ahead and I wanted to show the overlay. I show the overlay, and then I scroll back up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't tell who's, you can see on these eyeballs, it'll have a line through it. If it is the one that's up on screen currently right now, it'll have an eyeball with a line through it.
Over on the right-hand side?
See next to the pin and the trash can and the eyeball? These don't have it right now, but if I go all the way down to BLs that I've highlighted and put on screen, it'll show up.
Yeah, but all we're seeing is your, all I'm seeing is your screen.
Oh,
it's
you're
on your screen because I've got you blue box. So
okay.
I'm not seeing any of the scrolling or anything. All I'm seeing is the comment you've got on screen.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me take me unblue box. Let me do this, and so you can see. I tell you what we'll do is, let me show you just so you can see. I'll take the comment off because obviously you can't see that.
Right.
This right here, these eyeballs. And I will blue box myself. These eyeballs, if you put something on screen right now, if you click Andrew's or Sandra's funny Andrew Hatchet right there, you guys all click that. You can click the eyeball. If you click the eyeball, do you see what happens? It has a line through it. Does everyone see that?
Yes.
There's a line through it. That means that's the one that's showing on screen now. If you go to the very top, up next to the word share and then a question mark, you can take it off in case you've left it on for an hour. That's how to get it off immediately. Go ahead and click that so you can see how to... Does everybody see that?
Yeah.
That's if it gets stuck. So, and I have these two comments up here pinned. One thing I can do, I want somebody to pin the one that Mark put up there too. When I'm doing comment tracker in the Hangout with Ronnie and a bunch of people are putting comments up, I am looking at the film strip as the comment wrangler, and if somebody pull up Mark's at whatever your time is, 31. Mine's 19. Okay, good, perfect. We got it up.
Well, I mean, good. I pinned it.
We got two of them up. Okay, so what I do is I have that pinned. On mine, I have that pinned. If I see someone else is going to ask that question, I will unpin it because someone else has already selected it. So
okay, I can't see what eyeballs you're talking about, nor do I find the question, because I thought you said, which you obviously must not have said, that if you get it stuck on there and you click on the question mark, it goes away?
No, next to the question mark there'll be an eyeball.
The eyeball with the line.
Yes. You got it. You got it.
Oh, that eyeball.
Yeah, you got it. Yep. So if I see someone else has a comment up there, I can go ahead and unpin that. Go ahead and pin about 4 different comments. You can pin a whole bunch of different, you can hit pins, and what it does is starts build at the top. So that way it'll always be at the top for what's next. And Andrew wants someone to reshare Dramamine. Okay, we'll put that one up there. That's a good one for everyone to see. It's an important one. Thank you, Andrew. You can unpin things once you've done it. Once you've done one, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll trash it. I'll put it in the trash so that way we don't ask it again. Because Ronnie will say, oh, you've already asked that one, or we already put that one up there, or so-and-so, you already put that one up there. So it's kind of a tool. You can bring the oldest one first by clicking the little checkbox at the top. Lily was the first one to ask something. I can put it back to where it is now. I can show anything that's hidden. Anything that's been trashed, I can bring it up. It'll show what's hidden. That's kind of what the comment tracker and the whole process is there. Okay? Real quick, since I don't want to get too long on this, even though it's pretty long, and we can do this, for as long as we want. We're all here. We're all doing whatever. I'm going to show you not only can you pull comments from an event, but you can pull it from a post. There's a couple communities out there that they do everything in a post. They don't even go through an event. They do everything in their community. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate up here in the sources. I'm going to get rid of all these reshares, and I can leave the YouTube one. That's fine. So now I'm blank and I have no stream, nothing in the stream. Okay? I'm going to go out and I'm going to show you. Let me switch over to this. And I'm going to go to my communities. And a good friend of mine, and most of you probably already know her, is Heather Crafter. She does all of her events in a post. She goes to the current Craft It Live show, and then she has past shows. But she does everything in a post. She does nothing in an event. Everything is in a post. You can see 42 comments, 46 comments. These are the 79 comments in this particular show. So, yes.
Michael, can I ask how first can you do that, and why would you do that?
That's a big, long question that I'm going to stick to the comment tracker for now, but remind me when we're in the green room. I'll tell you why, because we did a 6-week-long, I helped her with this. Andrew helped. Debbie Davis helped. We came up with an absolute solution and why it's successful and why it works, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on that right now. So write it down, make sure and ask me at the end, okay? Because I don't want to forget to tell you because it really is pretty cool. But anyway, since this is a public, I can right-click, I think it's public. I'm going to find out right now whether it is, whether this is the reshare. Copy the link address. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to flip back over to my up here, paste, add it in, and hopefully it's going to come up. Looks like it did. And it looked like, how many did I say? 3279. Let's look. There you go. All of her comments from her post are right there.
So it's not a private community, in other words?
It is not a private community. It's a public community. That's exactly right. Now, I could not do that same thing with, say, the Mastery Group or something like that because it is a private community. So I could do it on our User2User. You know, just the post, any post that were out there in the User2User. I can add that to the comments we have right here. So I can actually pull comments from 2 different communities. So if I were to go to, let me go to my communities, and I go to the User2User community, and I go find something that has a bunch of posts that's public, that was public. This is introduce yourself. Let's just go to questions.
I am still seeing the...
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot to switch screens. Thank you. Yeah, sometimes I do that. You just have to smack me a little bit. Let's see, not a whole lot of comments. Right here has 6 comments. We'll try this and see if this is public. We can copy this link address. And again, I'm going to go back into, maybe I am, back into sources. I'm going to add that in up at the top. Hit add. Now I have that. I have that particular post from there. I had just pulled in from User2User and from Heather's show all the comments.
How many sources can you have?
I don't know the answer to that, but it let me do those. I've never really tried with a whole bunch because it's not very common to do that. But there you go. There's the one from, there's some from there. And this, I think, is where the colors would come in because it's coming from a different spot, but I don't see that.
Why would you want to do that?
Oh, there they are. There's the green one. See, that one's from the User2User. And the yellow ones from the crafters community. Let's say, for example, I have a show that I do, okay? And this is a great, and I want to get this out to the public. And I want to put a post out there, and I want to put a post in that has my show going on in a community called Good Eating. Then I want to go into one that says vegan food. And I want them to see the same show, but I want to pull comments from both of them. I want to show them both. And then I want to go to one that says paleo diet. So now I've got 3 different communities, 3 public communities that are all things that I can pull and put my show in each one of those with the owners. Let's say I'm the owner of all 3 of them. And I want to pull the comments from anybody that wherever they go, if they go to that community. Which I think I'm kind of touching on, Rain, why it can be a benefit. But anyway.
Wait, Michael. So
let me stick to the comment tracker.
Question. Huh? You said you put your show in those communities. By
Yeah.
which you mean you posted your show in
YouTube video. YouTube video.
The link.
Yeah, the link to the YouTube video in the post in that community, just like you saw in Heather's. And like I said, this is a whole nother topic. I want to stay on topic with the comment tracker. The comment tracker, all I wanted to make you aware of is that you could do a show, have a show on Star Trek or some show that just came on, Walking Dead. And somebody's been leaving comments in your community. You can, and it's a public community. You can pull those comments in. I remember when Dave said this, and I want to bring it into the show. Because it's public, you can do that. That's really the point that I wanted to make about the comment tracker part of it. I want to stay on track. I will talk about this and the community part and all that other stuff afterward. I'll talk as long as you want to because I've got nothing else going on. So somebody, if you would, if we have any comments out there with what's going on now, please pull it up, and I will put it on screen so that way we can show that. I want to stay on track with comment track because we've got about 6 minutes left. Afterward, I'll talk to you guys anything you want about this afterward with the other stuff.
Here's one.
Okay, good. Let me pull that up. And I got you, Blue Box. Can you do that when it's embedded on a website using live fry or whatever that is, disks? A good question. As long as it's public, this will go out into the public. I have a method. One thing that you cannot do is Facebook. Facebook does not allow it to penetrate. Even though Facebook is public, it won't let you penetrate to their comments. So there's a block right there. Yes, Leela.
What if you're using 22 Social to stream it on Facebook? Will they let you?
Still not going to come into Comment Tracker. So 22 Social has its own commenting system, so you'll still have two systems of commenting.
Okay.
Okay. Good question, though. A lot of people ask that. But Facebook will not. Facebook and Google are competitors. They're not going to allow all of their comments that they have all these clientele, whatever, and let that merge like that. Now, Twitter, on the other hand, when you do it through a widget, and I have a whole thing, if you subscribe to me out on YouTube, you'll see where I have hashtags, using hashtags to get Twitter comments right in Comment Tracker. But you have to do it through a widget, and it's like VL says, it's all this work you got to go through just to get that. Sometimes it doesn't seem worth it, but because it is. I mean, it's a very tricky process, and you have to go through all this stuff. I get it. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I do. That's why a lot of times I have a whole different method. You'll see if you watch any of the game shows that I've done pulling comments in, you'll see a new method that I'm doing with another program, which is a whole other thing, and we'll get into that some other time too. Anyway, that being said, with Comment Tracker, that's the process, and I knew we wouldn't have time to get into some of this other stuff. Anybody see anything else out there that that is interesting? Marilyn, if you want in, just say something in the comments. I'll bring you in. Mark, if you want to, come on in. We got room. I have, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got room for 2 more. Anybody that wants to come in, you guys that are asking questions, I love it. But what questions do you guys have right in here? Anybody? I don't care.
Well, I just am curious about why there's not a simpler way to do it, but I guess it's just not.
Valid. That's very valid. I agree with you. Why is Google hard? That's like saying, why is Google hard? Well, just because it is.
Everything in that Google.
And I get that. Now I get what you're saying. I really, truly do. I honestly see what you're saying. I think
the question also that I have, Michael, like, we want to try this on our show, but there's only 2 of us, and it seems as though you just really need a third person if you're both participating in the show.
Yeah, I recommend that. If you can and you can afford it and somebody's willing to help you or whatever, I know I offer my services up very reasonably priced just to be a wingman or whatever. I do it all the time. I help people out just to get, and I'll help in production and help you get things set up some too, depending on how much I do, but glad to do that. But that's why I'm teaching you guys, so you guys can learn this kind of stuff. It is hard. It's not easy. It is difficult. So that's why we go over this over and over and over to try and, all this stuff, especially like the comment tracker. I mean, it was invented by geeks.
Engineer.
Engineers.
I can't do this, but I wouldn't do it during my own show. I would do it during someone else's for them, but during my own show, I need to pay attention to the show.
Valid point. Valid point. I totally get what you're saying. I do.
So, Michael, can we set this up in the green room? Can we set the comment tracker? Well, we would set the comment tracker up in the green room, wouldn't we?
I suggest you do, and then when your guests are in, share those sources to all, so that way everybody has it before you go live, and if you want them to help and participate, they can. Absolutely. Good question.
I'd like to try it, but can we, once we get out of here and we're back into the green room, can I do it then? I don't want to take up everyone's time doing it now, but I want to try it. So that's the only way I'm going to remember it.
Yes, I'll gladly talk to anybody that wants to. Anybody. Absolutely. That's what this is all about. We're trying to make this community, the user-to-user community, we're trying to make this where we're helping each other. I don't claim to be an expert. I mean, Ronnie, he's the expert. He has a master community for that. If I know something, though, I'm going to try and tell you. But I also, BL, a couple of your questions that you asked tonight, I said I don't know, or I don't. I don't. I don't want to be like the expert if I don't know it. I'm going to tell you I don't know it. But at the same time, this is the kind of stuff we want to do in the user-to-user group. So tell all your friends, get them involved. We want to do this more often in the user-to-user community. That's what it's all about. If you're an expert at, I don't know, whatever, come do a show. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I'll be your I'll produce it or do the back end or like BL says, do something like that.
I got one for you.
Okay. Let's see. Marilyn asks, what happened to the question and answer app? Well, I'm not sure. When you say what happened to it, it was there today when I went to set this up, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I think it goes away once you start your HOA, unless you click it to start it with the question and answer app. If that's what she's talking about. If she's talking about question and answer app to replace the comment tracker.
Still there. No, it's still there. I think she's saying, why are we using the double bubble comment tracker instead of the Q&A app?
That's a good question, and let me answer. Here's, to best of my knowledge, and here's where I feel, and I know Ronnie feels a lot this way too, is that you don't have the engaging part of it. You know what I'm saying? You can bring a comment up, that's fine, but the problem is it only shows up in the part of that video when you're at that point in the video, which is good and bad. The event has all that, and it just stays there all the time. I can randomly pull whichever one I want at any time. That would be my thing. There's a great place for that now. If you had an athlete on there, some star or some, whatever, and you wanted to do a question and answer app, now there's a place for that. But the way we use events and the way we use it and draw in, there's more and more people talking to each other. You'll find in the comments sometimes they're talking to each other. They're helping each other. Hey, listen, here's what you need to do, or this, or da-da-da-da-da. You get a lot of that interaction that you're not going to get in a question and answer app. It's directed at one person. And
this is archived, right? This is archived with the Hangout?
Yes.
The double bubble?
No, well, I mean, anything that we put up on screen is because it shows up in the video. But as far as the thread of the stream, no, it's not.
That would be good if it was,
Mm-hmm. But you can always pull it up anytime. I can go back to an event from 6 months ago, anybody's public event, anybody's, and go get the comments from that. I can get all the comments from it.
In this same way that we just did this?
In the comment tracker. I can get it from any post, any event, anything public on Google+. Anything public on Google+, I can get it. I could go right now to an event that happened 6 months ago, pull up the event, pull all the comments. I'm going to do the same thing. Go find the reshare on it. Once I find the reshare on it, I can pull up and get anything I want from 6 months ago, if I want.
Why would you do that for an event other than your own?
You might want to do, for example, every 6 months you're going to go review communities, or I'm going to do a review on this in our company if it's public, and I'm going to say I'm going to do a review every 6 months. So I get the comments from our last event that we had. I can go get those comments. Last time we talked about this, and here's what we wanted to do. Why don't we pull that up?
But I think the Q&A app is archived with the Hangout.
Q&A may be, yes. I believe you're right. I absolutely believe you are correct on that. I thought you said double bubble, and the double bubble is not.
Well, I did, but no,
okay.
she's asking like why use one or the other, and that
might be a perfect. Yeah, absolutely, might be a perfect application for what you're wanting to get. Absolutely. Ronnie uses it more for the interactiveness of it and the people helping each other and talking to each other and things like that, where the Q&A is more geared toward that one person asking that person a question, which I think there's spot for all of it, to be honest with you.
This is wonderful of you to do, you know.
Oh, well, thank you. I appricate that.
Michael is a wonderful man.
I don't know
about
that.
We already knew that, but this is really one of the. This is a great thing.
It is wonderful.
Well, good.
Michael, I have two more things for you.
Okay.
I think I have some newbies out there that I hope are still watching, and they might not even know where to make comments at. Number one, so that we can bring them up here in the chat because they're new at it, and then the next thing is if you want you to explain that to them, is if you could tell a little bit more about where they can find the user-to-user community.
Well, that's mighty nice of you.
Because I have referred lots of people to this community because it's so great, and but if you could just let them know that too, because there's so many newbies out there, and hopefully some of them are watching. So.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I do mean that too. We don't get paid a dime. Andrew and I started it back in December. We talked about it and said we're going to do this. We want other users helping other users. If you're great at LinkedIn, come in and do a demo for us here so you can teach other people. Whatever it is. It's all users helping each other. It means, hey, look, I need help with a Hangout. Come help me out. That's what this is all about. Now, as far as your first question, let me make sure that I got it right. You're asking, where do they put their comments in?
Right.
And are they on Google Plus? Let me ask you that. Maybe not necessarily.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess you could start with if they're on Google Plus, just in case, so they know where to make the post, and then if they're watching, I guess through YouTube.
Great point. They're going to get an invitation, and when they get that invitation, they're going to click on that, and it's going to show the community. Okay. It's going to show the event. I mean, that's what you're going to send them a link to. Bottom line is, they can go to if they've said yes, they're going to see. And Lily, there's your Mandarin practice Hangouts too, by the way. I got that on there. Thanks. There you go. Just a little shout out for her, so she can help us all out with a little Mandarin, or mandolin, as my father calls it. He doesn't do real well with that. But here's the event, and they're going to get this, and this is a past event now because it's over with. But they're going to see this. Okay, so when you see this, you're going to click on the event, or you're going to get it in notifications, or if you send it in an email, they can click on it there. You can send that link right there in an email to them as well. However you send that to them when you're having an event, they click on that. When they click on that event, they're going to see a video area, and then right here on the left-hand side is all the area that you can see, all the comments, and that's how they get displayed. And that's where you would put a comment in. I can say hello, and when I hit share, I'm sharing that with the whole group. And that's how you would put that in. And you're going to see it takes a little bit sometimes. It just depends on all the buffers and everything for it to come through, and internet speed and all that kind of stuff. And there you go. Hello finally comes up. That is where you put your comments whenever during a show. You can also, as long as the host has allowed it, if you go to the YouTube side, you will be able to see, if I go to my channel, this is a lot more difficult, and usually people aren't on this, but if they clicked on the video to pull that video out of there and go see it, it'll see live events, it'll be here. This one's going on right now. Okay, they can click on that. When I click on that, and it might start up. It probably will. Yeah. Yep. You can also leave comments here. Okay. You can leave comments there.
Michael's comment is already in our comment tracker.
Oh, see, there you go. See, so it's already in there.
Okay, Michael,
I turned off comment tracker. Go ahead.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
So when you set up this event, you set it up on the G+ side, right?
When I did this one, yes, I did. Absolutely.
Okay, so when you set it up on the Google+ side, what I'm wondering is there a way to say, yes, I want people to be able to comment on this on the YouTube side, or no, not on the YouTube side, only on the Google+ side?
That's a valid question. I suggest if you want that collaboration, it automatically does YouTube because it's a YouTube video. It automatically does that. You have to turn it off on the YouTube side.
Oh, okay.
Did you notice in the comment tracker, if you look at your comment tracker right now, it has on there the YouTube. Remember, it automatically put that on there when we did the YouTube part of it. That's what, because that's where it's coming from. That's what it's doing. Here, I think I have it backwards. There, okay. That's funny when I show my screen, it's all backwards. But so that's the way that works. See, it takes a while for it to come from the YouTube side now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see the screen. It's not there yet. No, it's not there yet. But it will, because I put a comment out there, so it's going to show eventually. Maybe in the midnight or something, Andrew and I'll be looking at it and say, oh yeah, there's that comment. That would have been great during the show.
Yeah.
But everything is relative of how all that stuff flies through and gets here and all that kind of stuff. So keep in mind that, like I said, on the comment tracker, it'll pull those comments in too. And especially if you have some, I don't know, Facebook folks who everybody knows YouTube. Everyone knows YouTube. Not everybody knows Google+. It's a way for them to participate as well. The other thing you can do too is the community-driven one for the Google+ people keeps it all in one area, and I'll talk about that afterward. I don't want to go into great detail. Like I told you to remind me about that, but we'll get into that and talk about it in the green room about that. But that is, Sandra, did that answer that question? What was the other question? Oh, user-to-user.
Yes, and how often you all are in there. I know you all in there at like what 10, 12, 2, 6, whenever. But if you want to talk about that, when they can pop in and ask questions and things like that.
Absolutely, Andrew. I'll let you touch on this one because Andrew's in there all the time.
There are hosted chat hours at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I go in, I open the thing, I'm sitting there in a Hangout. Anybody can come in. The link is posted in the community. The link is good for a complete week at a time. I use the Business Hangout app that allows that. So I'm there 3 times a day for an hour. Any other time, I'm usually on the computer. So if you need help, type a message in the User2User community, and I'll get an email notification, and then we can work on a time. If I'm available right then, we can go into a Hangout right then and get your problem solved or whatever it is. If I've got time and I'm not working with somebody else or something, otherwise we can set up a time. Basically, I'm available 12 hours a day. So just give a yell, and we'll get you sorted out as best we can. It's just,
right.
I like talking a lot.
There you go. As far as how to find it, okay, if you have your communities, and you might not have this many, you might be brand new, you might not have a whole bunch of communities, that's fine. I get that. On the left-hand side, if you go to this section, it has a thing called Communities. You can click on Communities, and it brings me to this page, and you want to search for one. Like if I want to look for Star Trek, type it in, and it'll give me everything with Star Trek in it. It pulls it up. So that's the way to search for a community. That's the easiest way. Again, go back to communities. I can search user and then a 2 and then user and hit enter. And it pulls up our community. It's the only one in there. So that's the easiest way to find it when you're on Google Plus as far as that goes. The other thing that and why, okay, this is part of what I was going to talk about. I'll get into that off air. Anybody that wants to come in that was not in and wants to participate and come in and join us, I'm going to end this just because it's pretty long. One thing that I absolutely love is teaching, showing, and doing this kind of thing. If you think of something that you want help on or you want to do this again, put it in the user-to-user community. Hey, can we talk about this? And we'll get all of us in here just like we're doing tonight, and we'll come in and we'll do this. Because this is what this is all about. This is what we designed this for. A lot of times it's just 4 or 5 of us. I want everybody. Everybody I can, I'd like to get in here, because the more I help you, the more you're going to help me, the more we can help each other, and we can make brand new people coming in here understand it. Because you see, you guys know what it's all about, and it's difficult. It's not easy. I'll be the first one to tell you it's not easy. I wasn't kidding around, you know. So that being said, let me end this just because we're 15 after right now. I'm going to end this. I'm going to let everybody say something that's in here. Say who you are and what you do, and just real quick, where you're from, what part of the world or what part of the United States, whatever. Tell us a little bit about yourself real quick, because this is the kind of stuff that you want to do with your guest whenever you're doing your own HOA too. You want to make them and get them out there as much as you can, so people start recognizing each other. And no other that I know of media is out there like this. No other forum, no Facebook, no nothing like this. Not like this.
Not like
So
this.
that's why I think it's real important. We'll start off. Andrew, you already spoke, so just say hey.
Hey. See how well trained
Andrew is retired, and he's a great buddy of mine and a partner, and helps me out a whole bunch with this stuff, so I appreciate you, Andrew. Leela.
Hi, I'm Leela. My husband and I own an in-home dog training company here in Houston. We are learning to use Hangouts for private coaching with dog owners, because we really don't have to be there to fix their behavior problems. And we also are using Hangouts now for dog training students to do learn the science of dog training on Hangouts.
Oh, awesome.
Instead of coming here for 6 weeks and being in my house for 6 weeks and making me a mad idiot. So now we do 4 weeks with Hangouts, and they come here for 2 for the hands-on with the dogs.
Awesome.
It's
that is
changing
so cool.
the way we're doing business. I absolutely love it. It's the best thing I ever did was come over to Google+.
That is fantastic. I love that. Mm-hmm. Lily.
Hi, I'm from Singapore. I'm Lily here. I come here. Yeah, I come here to learn English, to improve my English using Hangout, and to make more friends by using Hangout, and maybe use Hangout to do my travel business.
There you go. Very good, Lily. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you for coming. I know that you get shy sometimes, but that's awesome. From Singapore. How about that, huh? It's pretty cool when you can have somebody in from Singapore. And it is tomorrow, right, Lily?
Yeah, future.
Back to the future. There we go. Rain, you're up.
Hi, my name is Rain Dow. I'm with Social Media Strategy now. I'm becoming a huge Google Plus evangelist, and I would like to focus on helping either small businesses, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, really anybody who wants to learn Google Plus and wants to learn how they can utilize this tool for their benefit. So.
Great.
And I mean, it just can be used for not-for-profits, for anything. It's an amazing tool.
Yep. And where are you?
In Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Wow. All right. See, Canada. We're going all over the place. Sandra, you're up. Go ahead, Sandra. What?
Sandy.
Sandy or Sandra, it doesn't matter. I'm fine. Sandy's good. Sandy, say something. Where are you from?
I'm Sandy Barnett, and I'm a genealogist here in Illinois. I'm in Springfield, which is about 100 miles north of St. Louis, 200 miles or north of St. Louis, about 200 miles south of Chicago. And, you know, we've got the tornado warnings and all this going on right now. You know
I hear you.
And, you know, the air conditioner's running, and it's still 85 in here. You know, it's one of those hot, humid Midwest days.
There you go.
I am a liaison for all the genealogical societies in Illinois to the state genealogical society, and I'm always trying to get them to do hangouts.
Well, fantastic.
Driving all over the country, you know, and visiting them. I go, let's get your group together and let's do a hangout tonight. You know,
Love it.
part of your group. And so, I mean, I get information from Russ, which has been on your game shows,
Sure.
but I'm going to be the moderator for the One Name Studies for Tessa for the United States. So we'll see how that goes.
Fantastic, fantastic. Leela, while she's on screen, this is a test for you. What kind of dog is it?
It looks like it might be Jack Russell mix.
No, Jack Russell purebred.
Oh,
I
that's
can only,
real
I can only
nice.
see a nice dog.
I'm quite impressed, though. I'm quite impressed. That was good.
Oh,
Look at
cute.
And he is a champion with the Jack Russell Terrier Association in agility.
Awesome.
Good-looking dog.
It takes a special kind of person to own a Jack Russell.
All right, I need to move on. Sandra, please.
Yes, my name is Sandra Van Sickle, and I live in Apex, North Carolina, the peak of good living, they say. And I own a couple businesses. I have a custom drapery workroom here, and then I also have a baby blanket business called Cuddlebugs and Cocoons. That is an international company. But I have turned technology geek in the last couple of years, and just love technology and Hangouts and everything. And I belong to an organization called Windows Coverings Association of America, and I am helping another lady start a virtual chapter. And so that's why hopefully a couple of my ladies are out there. Betty Brown and Janet Elliott, I'll give them a shout out there. And they're listening, and I'm trying to bring these ladies on a little at a time to train them so that we can get this virtual chapter off the ground and get it rolling. So I have, and I thank both of you for being out here and doing this user-to-user group, because I have called on you many times, and hopefully I had arm surgery and I've just gone back to work, so hopefully I'll be able to come and start helping some others too, to help keep your community growing. But thank you so much for helping, and I appreciate this training. It's great.
No problem at all. And like I said, I don't claim to be an expert. I'm just trying to help people. That's all I want to do. My name's Michael Daniels. I try and help. I just want to help people, because I think the better they know it, the better we're all going to be better off for it, is the way I look at it. So that's my approach.
This is a real safe place to learn, too.
Exactly. I agree.
It's not intimidating, because it's real friendly, and if you mess up, it's like no big deal. It's fun. So it's a real safe, comfortable place to learn.
Yeah.
I'm
and if
really
you
glad
notice from my Hangouts, you probably notice that too. I'll mess up sometimes, and I don't have a problem with that. Because, I mean, if somebody's critiquing me, that's fine, but that's not what this is about.
Right.
And thank you, Leela. That was very kind of you to say that too. And that's hopefully that's the approach we in the environment that we give, because I'm way over. I need to stop. We'll talk a little bit if y'all want to afterward about some of the things we talked about. Folks, thank you for coming by. I hope some of you people rewatch this as well. I'm going to kick it off with the same way I came in, with a little music, and we'll get this going, and have a great, blessed day, all of you.